It's really a very good evening where I am right now. Glazers leading towards Sir Jim Ratcliffe minority stake. That's what we're gonna hit obviously address today. Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is into the mix to obviously let you know what this is supposed to be all about. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on the daily. Rock and David is my name. You can as well call me RD. I think it has been a while since morning when you're not seeing me, but I can confirm to you that I'm back, loaded, and the bullet is in the chamber to shoot at everyone that doesn't really want this club to prosper. Now, yesterday night, there came out a story coming in from the Bloomberg UK, that is business, and they had a very breaking story they obviously put out. And it is known in our liking, especially with the fans of Man United that want to see our club really prosper to the next level. But all in all, we have to attack every issue as it comes in through. And here we come in peace to obviously attack this other situation directed to the club of Manchester United. And we thank God for the gift of life for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum and Juma Karim. Now, they first posted and said, Jim Ratcliffe emerges as favourite to take over Man United, with his recently revised offer giving him the edge over rival Qatari proposal. Discussions with the Glazer family and their advisors are ongoing about the structure of the deal. Then they added and said the Glazer family currently considers Sir Jim Ratcliffe's offer for a minority stake more attractive than the Qatari offer for the entire club. The board is expected to discuss the proposal at a meeting in the coming days. Discussions with Sir Jim Ratcliffe are ongoing and is uncertain whether this will result in a transaction. Although the Glazer family is closer than ever to finding a suitable agreement, the situation remains open. Now, I've heard and seen these stories being put out everywhere, and it's not the very first time that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has always gone ahead to be named the favorite to take over Man United. But we all know that every time that happens, it's like the Glazers are using him as a weapon to obviously come in through and see to it that this comes into their way. And in which way? The £6 billion figure they want from the Qataris. When they are coming into this to sell the club of Man United, they obviously knew to it that they needed a person to be their puppet, to play the ball onto their side. You get? And that person was found to be Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That is it. And you know to it that they are really in bed with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and they've been using him on several occasions to see it that the Qataris raised their bid. And the bid was around 3, then 4, then 5, and they feel like they should use him to see to it that they get this bid to where they want it to be. But remember, they want to stay. That is not really hittable or hidden. They want to be here at Man United because they believe that their stay at Man United will see their shares really hold much more water than they are holding right now. And what's the plan they're having? They want to sell 25% of the shares they have to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And remember, they're having 69. When they sell 25%, they'll be left with 44% of the club, meaning that they'll be the majority shareholders, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe will be having 25%. Now, their plan is Sir Jim Ratcliffe to first negotiate with the 31% shareholders of the club of Manchester United. Remember, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the Glazers have 69% of the shares, and then 31% of the shares belong to some limited owners, and there is another that really belongs to the stock exchange in the US. So it shows you exactly that they want to stay, they want to get more money, and they've gone ahead to set a situation that is equivalent to £6 billion, that if Sir Jim Ratcliffe goes ahead to obviously buy them out like that, then they'll obviously clinch the £6 billion figure, And what makes it funny is that the Glazers want the 6 billion. That is it. And after the 6 billion, they want to find themselves in a situation of really working out with 6 billion and leaving us in debt. And this is why we should obviously come out and really oppose what Sir Jim Ratcliffe is proposing to keep the Glazers here. The Glazers shouldn't be here, the club of Manchester United, because they are going to milk us even more dry, because we are already dry, but they're trying to put out a narrative that this club can obviously thrive and say to it that we get in the money that they deserve. So it's really very ugly of him, and I think he's doing something very bad. But all in all, we'll wait and see what the minority shareholders obviously going to come in and say, because they threatened to sue the Glazers for denying them a chance to obviously get money, or huge money from their from their shares that they hold at Man United, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe bringing in 5 billion, it will obviously going to be shared evenly, and the Glazers will take off their 3.5 billion pounds, and then the 1.5 billion pounds will be shared amongst the 31% of Manchester United. So it really looks tricky, and I don't know how they're obviously going to overcome this, but they might obviously get sued. And I know they are putting all this to see to it that they pile pressure onto Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani, because even when they continue to obviously sell the minority stake, it won't get them money to obviously renovate the stadium of Man United. It won't get them money to obviously get facilities at Man United, and obviously to it, because the club is sunk in debt. The debt we are having is close to 1 billion. You all know that. And that is obviously one of the things that are holding us back until where we are now. So I think they are just putting in this to see to it that everything goes to where it deserves to be. And they are only eyeing at one person, that is the Qataris, to take over Manchester United, but they want 6 billion. And you've seen it that even the last tweet I showed you, it was in an ending that read, it's still open, though the board meeting is going to see it and make a decision very soon. Now, Jacobs Ben, one of the people close to this sale, has gone ahead and told us that both Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani remain in talks to buy Manchester United. Sources indicate that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has made progress, but an improved bid from Qatar cannot be discounted. Right? And even the business told us that there is still a chance that Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani could raise his bid for Man United. Obviously, this is what the Glazers are aiming for, and that's why they're really inflating this story in the media to see to it that the Qataris raise the amount of money. And trust me, Qataris to me aren't pulling out. They aren't pulling out. And if at all I'm Qataris, I understand that the club is being blown out of proportion because no stadium is here. We have a debt of 1 billion. But look at the biggest enterprise in football world. It's Man United. If you are Qataris, it's better you paid off the 6 billion. According to me, it's better they paid off the 6 billion, because we are fed up of this. Me as a fan of United, I would like to see this club get a new owner. You know, like the Qataris, we get in a competent CEO, we get in a competent director of football, we get in a competent technical director to work under Erik ten Hag, and see how Erik ten Hag is going to obviously thrive, because I'm fed up of obviously defending Erik ten Hag every time, blaming the people above him that they are incompetent to help us thrive. I want us to get an owner who is obviously going to take us to the moon and get us competent people to work at the club of Manchester United. So I think the Glazers are doing all this in the name of seeing to it that the Qataris raise their money. That is it. And the moment you saw David Beckham coming out and obviously coming out to speak and leaning towards the takeover of Manchester United and leaning to the Glazers, it shows you exactly what this is all about. It's about one thing. Qataris are really sure they are taking over the club of Man United, and the Glazers are really out of depth to obviously finance this club to go to where it deserves to be. And this situation is affecting the club of Manchester United, and they've gone ahead to see it, that we've gone ahead to start a season badly. And what is one of the causes? It's because of the off-pitch scenarios and situations. The club is in a mess, the staff are not happy, the players are really not having their brain settled because of the takeover of Manchester United, and even the manager is really having problems to solve because of things above him that he cannot even think about. So guys, that is it, what I had for you. What are your thoughts about Glazers leaning towards Sir Jim Ratcliffe, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe new bid is expected to come in through and being considered by the Glazers? I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Rokan David remains my name. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 16,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and let's see close to 200 likes smash on this video, because you guys really are great and you keep doing this. Not so? So I'm out. First video of the day. More is yet to come, and the load is on our menu. Thank you and good evening. I'm out.